So, Manya, I am going to discuss firstly here about the viruses definition. Okay, so I'm giving their heading. You will also make short notes. So, viruses definition. So, viruses are what? Viruses are actually microscopic. They are very small and you cannot see them even with naked eye. So, that means I can say that viruses are microscopic. My screen visible, Manya? Okay. So, viruses are microscopic infectious. Infectious means they cause the infection. Okay. So, infectious agents. Viruses are what? Microscopic infectious agents that can that can reproduce inside the living cells. That you told host cell. Okay. So that living cell is basically the host cell. So, living cells of a host, I can say. So, viruses are microscopic infectious agents. Microscopic, they are very small. They are going to cause the infection. So, I can say infectious agents that can reproduce inside the living cells of a host, because we know cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life. All the living organisms are made up of the cell, and also your host. A host can be like, for example, viruses is entering inside the body of a human, so at that case that human will be virus. If virus is entering inside the body of an animal, so at that case your host will be that particular animal. So basically what I can say, for example, this is my host cell, and virus is entering inside this host cell. So at that case what happen, it is going to cause, that virus is going to cause the infection. You might have heard about the COVID-19 virus. Okay, coronavirus. Have you heard about it? So yeah, so that is also the virus. So when the virus was entering in the body of any person, so that is going to multiply means increase its number. Okay. So what we can say, viruses are microscopic infectious agents that can reproduce inside the living cells of a host. So actually they are non-cellular. Viruses are non-cellular. Meaning, what does it mean? It meaning they do not have cell structure. Meaning they do not have the cell structure. They are non-cellular. So it means that they do not have the cell structure. Completed up to this point, tell me. Okay. So what is the definition of viruses? Of a host. Okay, they are non-cellular. It means that they do not have a cell structure. They do not have a cell structure. Understood? Every point crystal clear, Manya, tell me. Okay, so now, so if you study like this step by step, then you will get more clarity of the topic. Step by step, we will move on. So I discussed the definitions. Now I will cover here second subpart. Second subpart that I will cover here, that is points related to structure of a virus. We must know that if virus is there, we understood that virus is the non-cellular. Okay, it does not have a cell structure. So if I'm saying like this, so means it should be clear to me that what is the structure of a virus. So first heading that we will give here, that is the genetic material. that is the genetic material. So genetic material in case of the virus can be either DNA or RNA. Remember, genetic material in case of the virus can be DNA or RNA, but never both. Never both. Okay. So I repeat again what I'm saying. Genetic material can be either DNA or it can be RNA, but never both. Means virus can have either DNA or RNA as a genetic material. Our next heading is what? Next heading is my protein coat. Protein coat. Okay, protein coat in case of the virus is called as capsid. So actually this protein coat or capsid is what? It is going to do the work of protection. So means it surrounds the it surrounds the genetic material. It surrounds the genetic material and also protects it. So to give the protection to the genetic material is its work. So structure of a virus. So here this should be clear that a virus consists of the genetic material, and that genetic material can be RNA or DNA, but never both. Next is the protein coat. So protein coat is called as what? That is called as the capsid. Okay, so protein coat in case of the virus is capsid. So if coat is there, so means its function will be what? Protection, to give the protection. So if I told you already that DNA or RNA, that is the genetic material, right? So this protein coat do the function of what? This surrounds the genetic material. Okay, this protein coat surrounds the genetic material. So you understood, Manya, up to this? Note it down. Okay. Already done or doing? Okay, okay. So can you explain what we discussed till now? It protects the genetic material, your protein code. That is called, what is the genetic material here? DNA or RNA, that is the genetic material. Okay, right. So now I am going to move further. Next is the envelope. Envelope is the it is seen in some viruses. Some viruses envelope is also the outer covering or layer. So this envelope is basically a lipid layer. This envelope is basically what? A lipid layer which is derived from host cell membranes, because host, that is having, as I told you already, that host is having what? Host is having the cell membrane. Okay, because why? Because host is a living cell. Okay, host will be living cell, so obviously it is having the cell. So if cell is there, cells are there, so means cell membrane is there. Okay, so this envelope which is seen in some viruses, that is basically the lipid layer that is derived from the host cell membranes, and again it is present in only some viruses. Clear? Understood? Next, we will discuss next point that I will discuss here, that is about the shapes of viruses. I will discuss here. This part will come under the structure only. Means various type of shapes of the viruses can be there. So shapes of viruses. This is the topic of discussion. So you know about the shapes of viruses, Manya? You know? Okay, but have you studied this in your school? Okay, so I will make it easy for you. Shapes of viruses. You make a flow chart. First one is the helical shaped. Okay, helical shaped. So its appearance can be rod like, spiral, or cylindrical. And example is your most common example, that is TMV, tobacco mosaic virus, which is going to cause the disease in plants, in tobacco plant actually. That is the mosaic disease. So appearance, on the basis of the appearance, helical shape is can be rod like, it can be spiral, it can be cylindrical. And here in this case, what is there, genetic material is coiled inside a protein cylinder. This type of structure is seen. So genetic material is coiled inside. So remember one thing, helical shape, TMV. Next important, that is polyhedral. So example, most common example, poliovirus. Your adenovirus, adenovirus. Next is, may I erase this? Tell me. So our next is third one. That is important one. Yeah, tell me. Polyhedral shape meaning. Okay, that I am discussing here. So this thing I am discussing here easily. So see, polyhedral. As I told you that it is seen in case of the. So polyhedral means, poly means what? Many. Poly means many. Okay. So it is many sided. It is a shape which is many sided actually. So your most viruses, they have like this shape helps the virus this shape helps the virus pack its genetic material tightly inside. This shape, actually what I'm saying to you, see, polyhedral means many sides are there, okay, poly means many. So this type of arrangement is there, and this shape helps the virus pack its genetic material, a tight type of arrangement, okay, pack its genetic material tightly inside. So actually it looks almost round, but actually made up of like its shape is like many triangles are there which are joined together. So looks almost round, but actually made of triangles joined together. So I repeat again, polyhedral means many sided. So this shape helps the virus pack its genetic material tightly inside. It is almost round, but actually made up of like many triangles which are joined together. So I can say that triangular faces are there, which is having a particular arrangement. Understood, Manya? Tell me what examples I gave you. See, triangular sides are there. What I am saying, many triangular sides are there. Okay, polyhedral means many triangular sides are there. Nearly, approximately 20 flat triangular sides are there, approximately, and which are arranged like a football. Arrangement is like a football, this type of arrangement, which is like a football. So polyhedral virus simply means the football like virus with 20, in simple words I can say football like virus with 20 flat triangular sides. Many sides are there and those sides are triangular. Examples are poliovirus, adenovirus, which causes the common cold also, adenovirus. Complete? Tell me. Okay, great. So that's why polyhedral appearance is like what you can write in the appearance point in the same manner, like spherical shape with or rounded with 20 triangular faces. Okay, it appears like in the appearance point. Here we can mention that its appearance is spherical or geometric, with 20 triangular faces, Okay, next shape. Now may I proceed toward the next one? Tell me. Next I am discussing about the complex. So complex type of shape is also seen in a virus, which is the bacteriophage. Important. You know what are bacteriophage, Mania? Any idea? Do you have bacteriophage? Okay, but have you heard about this word in your school, bacteriophage? Okay. So bacteriophage are simply, they are the viruses which infect the bacteria. They are the viruses which infect the bacteria. As the name itself indicating, bacteriophage means the viruses which are going to cause the infection in the bacteria. They are the bacteriophage. So, what is the appearance? What about the appearance? So its appearance is like, it is the combination of the shapes, actually combination of the shapes, okay, many shapes, like combination of shapes. If we study the structure of the bacteriophage, it is consisting of the head, tail plus tail fibers. In the next lecture we will discuss the diagrams. Only diagrams we will discuss in the next lecture. So in the today's class, I'm giving you outline about the shapes. So head, tail plus tail fibers. So combination of these shapes is there. And in this type of structure, in the bacteriophase, the head contains the DNA. DNA is the genetic material, okay, here. And tail helps in the attachment. Remember, tail, very interesting to know that tail helps to attach the bacteria, because it is a virus that will attach to the bacteria. Why it will attach to the bacteria? Because it is a virus which infect the bacteria. So for this the bacteria, it should be attached with the bacteria, okay. So for that purpose tail is helping. Understood the concept? Tell me. Okay, have you noted it? So complex type of structure is seen in case of, shape is seen in case of bacteriophage, where head is there, tail is there. Okay, head is containing what? Okay, great. So next I'm discussing here, that is enveloped viruses. So first point that I'm discussing here, that is about its appearance. So the virus surrounded by a lipid membrane, as I already discussed with you, related to envelope. So the virus surrounded by the lipid membrane from host cell. Examples are influenza virus, influenza virus, comma, HIV. HIV is human immunodeficiency virus. So this envelope is having glycoproteins actually. Okay, this is having envelope has glycoprotein glycoprotein spikes for attachment to host cells. Which one? Okay, one second, I will discuss. uh, COVID-19, are you asking particularly? I'm discussing it in detail. I'm discussing about the structure of COVID-19. Give me one second. Let me first, yeah. So, enveloped viruses appearance is the virus which is surrounded by a lipid membrane from the host cell. So, that is what? That is the enveloped viruses. Okay, so virus is entering inside the host cell, as we know. Virus is entering inside the host cell. So, the virus is entering inside the host cell, and as we know that host is living, host is living, and it consists of the cell. Cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life. So the cell membrane of the host is there. So the viruses which is surrounded by the viruses which are surrounded by the lipid membrane, which membrane made up of the lipids from the host cell. So that is the enveloped viruses. So example is the influenza virus and HIV virus. So remember one thing, that this envelope has glycoprotein spikes, and these are helping for the attachment to the host cell. As virus is entering inside the host cell, so it must attach to the host cell. So that's why here glycoprotein spikes are there. First tell me Manya, is this clear? Then I will discuss COVID-19 also in detail. Okay, okay, fine, fine. Have you noted it in your notes? So very common virus. So why I'm discussing it separately? It is a common virus, and as you know that it created a very great problem worldwide in the recent, I think, 2 to 3 years back. So very dangerous virus, which is even fatal, and it recently caused so many deaths in the past few years back. That is COVID-19 virus. So we are going to discuss about its shape in detail. Corona virus shape. First heading under this topic, that is the what is the shape of this virus. So it is nearly spherical in shape. Nearly spherical, or I can say round in shape. And that thing also I am discussing here. That was your question. That lipid thing. Okay, I am discussing it in detail about its envelope. So envelope. So outer lipid layer is there. Same as I discussed with you, enveloped. Okay. So outer lipid layer is there. So it is enveloped, and also there are spike proteins. Spike proteins here, which are called as the S proteins. Spike proteins are called as what? They are called as the S proteins. So there are crown, very interesting to know that there are crown like projections on the surface. So that's why it is called as the what? Corona. Crown like projections are there, that's why it is called as what? It is called as the, we are using the word corona here. Surface. So in short I can say that my COVID-19 virus looks like a ball with spikes around it. Protein spikes. Okay, with spikes around it. So question can come that what is the genetic material in case of the COVID-19 virus or coronavirus? So genetic material here is what? That is the, remember, that is RNA, which is not DNA. RNA is the genetic material, and again that is the single stranded RNA. Question can come. So for knowledge based also important, single stranded RNA is there. So let's have a quick recall here. COVID-19 virus or coronavirus shape, which is a very dangerous virus, and as we know that past few years back it created a very problem. So we are going to have a quick overview what we discussed about it. So COVID-19 virus, which is called as the coronavirus. So what about the shape of the COVID-19 virus or coronavirus? So its shape is nearly spherical or rounded. And here also envelope is there. So it is enveloped, and outer lipid layer is there. So outer lipid layer. And also spike proteins are there. Spike proteins which are called as the S proteins. And one more interesting thing, that it is having crown like projections on the surface. So that's why name is given corona. That's why name is given corona. So it looks like COVID-19 virus looks like a ball with spikes around it. And the one important question here, that is, as a genetic material what is there? So RNA is there, not DNA, remember. And that RNA is single stranded RNA. That is single stranded RNA. I think everything clear now, Manya. Any doubts? Can you explain in short what we discussed till now, then we will proceed further. We discussed about the polyhedral shape. Can you tell me that polyhedral shape is seen in case of? Yes. And okay, right. Okay, great. Okay. So, everything that we discussed, you understood clearly, right? So, may I proceed further? So, also you understood envelope thing that you asked. So, doubts also clear. So, now there is very important thing here that I will discuss. That is structure I discuss. So, I will discuss about their general features or general characters or general features. So any general feature of viruses, Manya, tell me. So our heading is general features of viruses. First one is our here, that is, it is acellular. Acellular means, acellular means that is, it is not made of cells, not made of cells. Okay. Next one is they are obligate parasites. So obligate parasites means cannot survive or reproduce without a host. As I already told you that they survive inside the host only. So it means cannot survive or reproduce, cannot survive or reproduce without a host. So means they are what? They are obligate parasites. Okay, they cannot survive without the host. So I can say that they are obligate parasites. Next one is our, first I told you they are acellular, and also what I told you that they cannot survive without the host. So in short, I can say that viruses are acellular, very small, or and also obligate parasites, which are containing either DNA or RNA, and they are unable to reproduce without a host. They are unable to reproduce without a host. Next, third number feature is our type of genetic material. So as I already cleared to you that genetic material can be here either DNA or RNA, but never both together. Never both together. Okay. And next feature is our heading number 4. Am I clearly audible? Tell me. Are you understanding the points clearly what I am explaining? Everything clear? Okay. Forms of nucleic acid. So nucleic acids can be single stranded. Okay, as I told you already, can be single stranded. So if it is single stranded, we will denote it with SS like this, single stranded, or can be double stranded. So example, we will discuss the example of a DNA virus and also RNA virus. So first one is the DNA viruses. Example, DNA viruses, which is genetic material is DNA in case of herpes virus. Herpes virus. Genetic material is DNA. And again, that is double stranded DNA, not single stranded. That is what? Double stranded DNA. Next one is the RNA viruses. So next one is our what? That is RNA viruses. So example is the, I just gave you example, coronavirus. Coronavirus. And tell me, it is single stranded or double stranded RNA? Good. Single stranded RNA. And herpes virus, that is a DNA virus, and again it is double stranded DNA here. May I erase this? Tell me. Okay. Next, point number 5, journal feature related to their replication. Journal feature related to their replication. So, virus genetic material replicates only inside the host cell. Remember, virus genetic material replicates only inside the host cell. Replicate, replicate means to increase its number, to produce more copies here. So, actually, virus genetic material to produce more copies, that is replication. So, what is special about this? That virus genetic material replicates only inside host cell, only inside host cell. Why? Now here the question arises that why it replicates only inside the host cell? Because for this purpose it is using, the virus is using host enzymes. Okay, it is using host enzymes or ribosomes. Ribosome is also a cell organelle. It is a cell organelle actually. So replication point is also clear to us. Now, virus is having no chromosomes which are thread-like structures. So no chromosomes are there, not organized into the chromosome. Up to this point, everything clear? Tell me. Can you explain it once for your revision? Okay, great. So, firstly, I will discuss here about the viral genome. Next feature will be my viral genome. But before that, I will clear here what do you mean by genome. So you can write here as a short note what is the genome actually. So genome meaning is simply it is the total genetic material of an organism or a virus. Here I am saying viral genome, so I am saying about the virus. So total genetic material of an organism, that is the genome. And that genetic material is containing, and that total genetic material is containing what? It is basically containing all the informations. So containing all the information, containing all the information needed for its structure and functions. So, what is the genome? That is the total genetic material of an organism, okay, which is containing, this genetic material is containing all the information which is needed. This genetic material is containing all the information which is needed for its structure and the function. Okay, function and structure of the organism, that particular organism. So viral genome I am discussing now. So what is special about the viral genome? That is, viral genomes are much smaller, much smaller than cellular genomes, as viruses are non cellular. Viruses are non cellular, so it is small compared to genome size. Feature is what? It is small as compared to living cells. Manya, done? So now I will discuss next some examples. So next heading is our what? Next heading is our, that is examples of viruses. Examples of viruses. First one is our what? First one is our human viruses. So obviously here host will be human. So like influenza virus, our HIV virus, chickenpox virus, which is causing the chickenpox. So you know which virus causes chickenpox? Okay, note it down. That is varicella zoster virus. In short, it is also called as VZV virus. Okay, and what type of virus it is? It is a type of DNA virus. It is a type of DNA virus, and it belong to herpes virus family. Herpes virus family. Varicella zoster virus, which causes the chickenpox disease. So that is a human virus. So next we will discuss here, like yeah, plant viruses. Number two heading is the, so see, host can be the human. Host for the virus can be human. It can be a plant. It can be a, like, it can be a bacteria. So I am discussing here about the plant viruses. Examples are like TMV. TMV is tobacco mosaic virus. Tobacco mosaic virus, TMV. Okay, so that is the plant virus actually. Here host is the plant. It is going to cause the disease in the plant. Next is the cauliflower mosaic virus. Spots seen on the cauliflower leaves. So that is due to this virus. In case of tobacco, it is tobacco mosaic virus. Next, third type can be, as I already told you, that can be bacteriophage. Bacteriophage are viruses that infect the bacteria. They are the viruses that infect the bacteria. They are bacteriophage. Viruses that infect bacteria, they are bacteriophage. Mane, is this done? Okay.